The ritual begins long before the actual ceremony. There's an entire preparation of the mind and the spirit and the environment before the actual ceremony takes place. And one of the first steps to this is the discussion and the realization of the will, because the will is portrayed very different in different cultures. In Western culture, the general feeling of will is a tenacity. I will make this happen. I will work harder. I will run faster. But in the indigenous world, the will is actually a method of letting go, meaning that let's say you're in a terrible situation or a nervous situation, you have butterflies in your stomach and your heart's racing and you're starting to sweat. And at that point, you're not in a good place to make your best decisions. So the will is the ability to calm yourself down, get a grip on yourself, so you literally can make the right decisions, because in the face of the storm, you have found calmness. And this is the beginning of the ceremony. Before any ceremony can form from a ritual, you must get your head in the right mindset. And in this place also is when you start to go through your mind. And as your mind moves and you let it go and relax, you come to a place of memories of where the ritual and ceremony had left off and begun again. Because the truth is, among indigenous people all through the world, ritual and ceremony is not one event. It's a continuum of many events. And this is the story of the ghost dance, a ritual that began thousands of years ago to play itself out at this moment in history when we most need it. Because the fact is, things that are sacred will lose their sacred power if they are not taken out of secrecy and used at the exact moment they were put in secrecy long before to achieve the task they need to achieve. And so this calming and finding the path is the beginning of the ghost dance and ritual. Before the first step, it's the preparation of everything that leads those steps on what they call the blue path, the path towards the rising and separation of the soul, and eventually rising up like a plumed serpent from the earth mother below to the sky above. This is the key to the ghost dance ceremony and to all ceremonies, that you begin the ritual long before. You eat the right foods, you fast the right way, you put your head in an acceptable place. If you go into rituals and you go to the ceremony and your mind is blocking everything, the power of the plant may blow you away and scare you and take control, but it doesn't mean that it's going to open up to you. Unless you're in the right place to let it come into you and express itself like any entity, any person. If you're not open to that person, you won't get the insight from them. So this is the key to remember, that when we're doing any ceremony, any ritual, like the ghost dance, the actual ritual and preparation ritually begins long before the actual ceremony is carried out. Ninashkatachili, the gods give to those who give to the gods.